Hello on Topic on Horizons, episode 64 review, and this is such a great follow-up from last week. Dr. Roy wants to cheer Liko up as she failed her test, and we hear that the Terastal Course is now over. So that's her, done, unable to use terastalization. As she thinks this, we get to know that we're back with the Explorer plot as Spinel and Agate are plotting something, with Mephio in pursuit of Spinel and his Rakurium. So straight away, we're off to Peak. And of course the Explorer's acting independent from Mephio is interesting knowing his relation to Gibeon. And speaking of peaks, the kids are heading to the top of the mountain to see it, to help cheer Liko up and make a good memory. Sad to think that Liko is seeing them go out of their way to do something nicer and feeling bad about it, but with Florigato cheering her on, she sets out to do it. It's quite the hike, and one the Explorers use against Liko to separate her from Roy and Dot, as we see Psychic being used to move boulders. And Mephio moves in to try and figure out Spinel's plan and heads out on foot, where he ends up against Liko, who assumes he's out to steal Terapagos. He makes himself known, and it freaks out Mephio, so I guess the Mephio decides to attempt it, and we get into a battle which is pretty sick. And even though she's feeling down, Liko's drive to keep Terapagos safe just wonders as he steps up and proudly declares she'll protect it. It's actually crazy to think that Liko and Mephio haven't probably battled since episode 6, as she points out, giving us a montage of that battle. And she sure stands a chance now with Florigato, and to be fair, she actually does really well utilising the environment and Florigato's power since evolution to knock Sterilege down. Even though Mephio recognises their power and tactics that Liko puts into the battle, avoiding hits and putting good licks in to avoid super effective damage. What throws Liko off is in Mephio's terastalization, as that's the source fault, while Florigato doesn't go down, takes a lot of damage. It's Spinel who enters the battle, however, as he approaches with Umbreon, and Mephio assumes Spinel wants it, as Spinel plays coy. What Spinel was here for is to test out Rakurium, the Eternal Blessing, as he unleashes a mist on Umbreon, which makes it go to Berserk and one-shot Sterilege. It infuriates Terapagos. Umbreon is crazy, it becomes so powerful and really raises questions about what Rakurium is. The way it's animated, it just looks so feral and amazing. Spinel then provokes Terapagos, asking what it would do to Rakurium, as to which it becomes a terrestrial form and destroys it, showing Spinel exactly what he wanted to see. Spinel then proceeds to cement himself as my favourite explorer by literally running away. It's so goofy and funny, with Liko and Mephio both pursuing him. All part of his plan, of course, as he leads them into a cave and teleports out of Behem. As they're out of sight, seeming we're both in with Boulder. Spinel theorizes that Terapagos and Rakurium are opposites each other to Agate. And it's crazy how Spinel says it's time for Gibeon's grandson to disappear, expecting both of them to not make it clearly. In the meantime, Roy and Dot have called Freed, who's coming to help, but not before he makes a call to a gym leader. And Roy and Dot ambush Lysango and Onyx, who reveal themselves, and we end as Liko and Mephio are trapped, unable to break Boulder, trapping them. This episode is a very different pace to what we've been getting, but it's not unwelcomed. Again, not having Liko feel great in the aftermath of losing to Grusha makes so much sense. It's kind of a weak point for her when it came to battling a Mephio. She's still some business when it came to Terapagos and was blindsided by something. But honestly, we need to talk about how amazing it is that she even got Mephio to a point where he felt like he needed to terastalize. Like so many times we've seen him and he's felt like a brick wall for protagonist, but she's not playing around and fighting smart. Say what you will about her battle record, but her growth is so obvious and real. Spinel's quite a highlight too, having a scheme like him around is always a good time. Seeing the outcome of him stealing Rakurium sooner than later is good in my book. I would have not expected it to send Pokemon berserk, and it definitely feels like it's painting a picture of what Gibeon wants to do with it. But then again, stuff like him showing up and beating up Sterilege, running away like a little dork makes you laugh big time. It's so fun to watch and easily the best personality of the antagonist. This was an all-around amazing episode. It deals with the aftermath of Liko's loss of a terastalization course in such a great way. Her friends try and cheer her up, freezing her she's terastally being used, putting her and Mephio in a tough situation, a situation where she's with an enemy. Makes you really excited to see how this is all going to be addressed.